action.
Take us off mute. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chat from the Golden Vault, our weekly live stream post-session discussion. We talk about what just happened during our D&D session. This is the Chat 4 session number 5, so if you haven't watched that, please go do so, because there will be spoilers. I'm your DM, Eric, and joining me we have Arrows player Chris.
Hello. I've got
Yep.
my custom trail mix that I make myself.
Ew, with M&M's, you ruined it.
You don't like M&M's in your trail mix?
Oops, I missed the webcam there. I don't like M&M's in general.
Do you put any chocolate? Do you like any chocolate, like chocolate chips or anything
If
like that?
If I would prefer, if I made it myself, I would not include chocolate.
Oh, do raisins at least, something sweet, or is it just nuts for you?
It's just nuts for you, baby.
just nuts. For
honestly, I could probably skip all the sweetness if I wanted to.
Oh, okay, interesting. Fully salty trail mix.
Yeah, or I guess if it was like a honey.
Oh,
maybe if that was where because that's where I think where a lot of my flavoring comes from when it comes to sweet stuff. It's like a.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually where it's coming from.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that not lining up? There we go. So yeah, this is. I was gonna jump right into the next mission. Originally, and in fact, that's what we talked about during our first crafting session this week. But I wanted to borrow this element from the Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign, which is this kind of base of operations that is given to the party early on in that campaign. And then the Dungeon Master's Guide in the new 2024 edition even talks about how they have a whole chapter on bastions, which are like bases for the party, and how there's some like mechanical stuff they can do.
I haven't written any of that, but yes, I know it's in there.
So I was like, all right, this is kind of a cool use of that then, to turn this Troll Skull Manor into the bastion for the party, and I can give it to him pretty early on in the campaign and all that. And then there's one little note in the adventure. I guess it's mentioned somewhere else, but I can hear everything. I don't know why you're... Usually I can't, but for some reason, I don't know if your mic sensitivity is really high, but I hear every little scratch and movement you're making.
Are you hearing me chew or just me moving the bag?
Just you moving the bag, and I never. Okay. And you're often snacking. I don't usually hear it. I don't know why I'm hearing that so much.
It's because the bag's in my lap, and I'm just like messing with it right here.
It's like ASMR. I'm getting that with like.
Oh no. ASMR doesn't bother me, but like the ASMR chewing, like the people mouth sound stuff.
Yeah.
I
usually don't ever hear that. It's weird that it just started doing that. But anyway.
Yeah.
There's a note in the campaign that mentions how it's haunted, and that there's haunted by this ghost who wants to keep people away, basically. Mm-hmm. And it's got a little bit of a blurb about that. And I took that and basically crafted an adventure out of that.
Awesome. Wow.
And this was not the week to do that because I had so much work on my plate with the fucking anniversary video that literally I told you I spent all the time I would normally dedicate to doing any channel related stuff and campaign prep and all that I spent on getting this video put out and ready, because I wanted to put it out literally this week, which was our actual 10th anniversary week. Like if you go back, the first episode I believe was posted right around September 20th, 2015. Wow. From Lost Mine. So I wanted to get it out. That was like the deadline I made for myself. When I got to this week, I was like, fuck, I still have a lot of work left to do. And then for some reason, and of course we had the dog surgery we're dealing with. Like this was just a horrible, like I literally,
wait,
the first couple
when did
days.
You make this decision?
Oh God. Well, I told you.
When did you actually decide to turn this into an adventure?
My Monday night crafting stream, I was talking about the next mission from the campaign book of Keys in the Golden Vault. Yeah. But I was talking about how, hey, it'd be, do I want to give them the manor this early, and and then maybe they can start doing things with it like as we progress and all that. So it wasn't. I had not decided that as of Monday night.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Like pivoting with that little time
was not the week to do that. Like I can't even believe with all the shit I had. Like I said, the dog just had surgery on Monday, and poor, the wife's downstairs with him. So this was a hugely stressful week. I spent most of the week with just the stress headaches. You can feel like it's like, oh, I know it's a stress headache. Anyway, and so that's why I mentioned I had like not a whole lot of prep like I usually do for this stuff because of this being a completely off book thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious on getting definitely some feedback on this one. And then and I also knew that we still had a lot of falling action from the first mission.
Oh, right.
So we were going to still talk to Trent, and I didn't know how long that was going to take. So the fact that we didn't even get started on this mission until like 45 minutes in or something, I was like, oh God, we're probably not going to be able to finish this unless I really skip around. And then when we did all the RP, which I loved, all the RP stuff early, then I was like, oh man, we're really not going to get this done.
Yeah, this is
because I designed this for a one like. This was the opposite, like, you know, where there's a complaint where it's like, oh, I wrote all this script down, but it takes like no time to get through. This was the opposite. I have very little written down, and it took so long.
It's so funny how that works, right?
Yes.
Like, you never know.
Yeah. And you guys just ran with the whole, like, first of all, you spent a way longer with the post-mission RP with each other and with Trench than I expected. I expected just a lot of kind of simple...
What did you expect out of that?
I don't know. I didn't have anything, like... I don't know. I didn't expect. I spent all my prep time on like this thing, so I honestly didn't have much. I did have something like, okay, they're gonna talk. They're gonna ask about the rivals. They're gonna ask about. The stone was actually an egg, and talk about that kind of stuff. So I did have some like written responses, but
okay.
I guess I didn't know how much like, and I'd forgotten that like, oh right, they hadn't even seen Sherry for a while, so they're probably gonna want to have to discuss things. So I had under anticipated how long that sequence would be, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, personally, I would say that in that sequence, I enjoyed it. At one point, I was like, oh, Eric's really leaning into this, so I'm going to lean into it too. Like, just genuinely my character being at odds with them about their, like, help everybody, don't kill anybody. And it's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's a tricky character because I don't want him... He's still savvy about how the world works and everything, and he's a very much a you know, nose to the street kind of a thing. But he does try to be part of this more altruistic organization and basically like, hey...
I'm almost, in the more time we're spending with him, I'm almost getting more of like, at first I think all of us, I think, that's kind of came up in conversation. All of us kind of got like a spy network vibe out of him initially.
Yeah.
But now I think me and maybe the rest too are getting more of like a non-profit vibe off of him.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have a spy network. He doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
He's just trying to help individual people on an individual basis when they come to him.
Basically, yeah. And he's still pretty elusive, and maybe you're thinking he might not even know the whole story. He even said how it's very compartmentalized. You know, even though he's in the organization, he's not given much, you know, information. So...
Yes, I'm very, very much.
But he tries to empathize, and I
from him, like people come in, and he knows that it may be hard to do it right, but he's trying to just be as altruistic as possible.
It's a hard thing to keep that balance because I didn't want to just chastise you guys about how everything went down, but I did want to make sure that his values were heard. And kind of
were you playing it as like he just straight up knew we were lying about this Z'Darm killing somebody?
I'm still keeping my cards a little close to the chest about his whole deal.
What he knows?
Yeah, in terms of what he knows or what his networks are and all that kind of thing.
Because at the time, I in my head I was like, does he just straight know that he killed people, or is he just like presuming and could sort of applying us a little bit?
I honestly tried to keep a little bit of a mysteriousness about that.
Well, it worked because I still don't know.
Yeah, but you know he is on your guys' side ultimately. So
yeah.
Yep. So then the long.
I glossed over what actually ended up happening with the lizard. Does she still have it? Is it still at the thing?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do more with that, but I think that's when maybe she was having some technical difficulties or something. But yeah, I was gonna say that it can totally be like I was almost picturing like the Paris Hilton Chihuahua dog or something, where it becomes like an accessory. I was thinking
love that.
I honestly didn't have time to plan it, but I was thinking about actually creating a little bit of mechanics for it, as if it were similar to like a magic item, kind of.
Yeah.
Where you could like activate maybe it has some abilities or something you can do.
Yeah.
So I'll look into that on a week where I don't have
Okay.
insane things going on. And hopefully I can get that. But that was my intention, and unfortunately we just all. Oh, we had all these magic items that we looted from the museum, Chris, and we all forgot
shoot!
about that. I just remembered.
In fact, I remember.
Chat, where were you?
At the very beginning, I remember thinking to myself, "Not good that Rochelle's not here, but." Good, now I don't have to argue with Elowen about getting that dagger from her.
Because she's the one that took them.
We can just say that she gave
canonically,
it to me.
canonically, she had it in her bag and just hadn't come back yet or something.
Yeah, maybe that's it. She still got all of them.
Yeah, she still got them. You guys literally hadn't gotten a chance to go through them yet.
She is in possession of all
we
of those
all
magic
forgot
items.
about that until just now. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I thought about also doing a little bit of shopping because I got some gems too I wanted to sell and buy some stuff, but I forgot about that too. But
yeah,
that can wait, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we totally just forgot about
totally
the loot
forgot
part.
about that. Yeah, we looted some stuff. So that for sure.
Yep.
She did the Windows 11 upgrade, like I think you mentioned, miss with my audio settings. I actually have not done the Windows 11 upgrade. In fact, I think whenever I built this PC last, I got like the cheap version of Windows that does not upgrade. I think so. I'm probably gonna have to. Right? Isn't that how it works? I don't remember.
I don't know. I mean, but at some point, even the cheap versions of 10 are gonna force you because I think Windows is like not supporting them anymore.
Right, but I don't know if can I literally just download Windows 11 for free, or is that cost?
I think now you can.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're forcing everybody on 10 to go to 11,
right?
Whether you bought 11 or not.
Okay.
I think 11
it's like
might
October
have
was
those
like the cutoff. I remember.
Yeah.
I guess I'm waiting till the last possible minute as usual to get things done.
It makes you.
Yeah, I probably need to.
Just disconnect your computer from the internet. You'll never have to do it.
Yep. Unfortunately, I use all the internets for all the things. Upgraded for free. Okay. I just remember the last time I did it, like there was an option where it's like, I just want like the cheapest version of Windows that comes with it. And it was.
It's interesting now. I think Windows now has like tiers where like there's always a free version.
Okay.
What Windows charges for now is all of their software, like
like Word and
Excel.
I definitely don't have that. I haven't had that in a while. I just use Google shit for everything.
Yeah.
Great CPU and motherboard from a 9-year-old PC. That's impressive.
Wow.
I have a very, which I think most PC people do, a Ship of Theseus PC where it has. I've changed upgraded parts over the years. I think my chassis is literally like from college or something, but every other part has been replaced and upgraded at some point. I believe I just, maybe as recent as last year or earlier this year, replaced something. I write down. I literally do this as an expense report. I think it was last year. Oh, this year was the monitors. Yeah, so last year I think I did the motherboard and the CPU, I believe. I wonder what game made me do that. Because I don't really play very intensive games on here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a PS5 for that. Anyway, what we're talking about.
We're talking about
D&D. So we did the long rest, which I knew.
Yeah, we got through all the.
I knew you guys were gonna have to long rest between these things.
Yeah.
I thought about leveling you up, but I think I was gonna hold off until after this to do it.
It feels. I mean, I say it feels early, but I think in other campaigns we've gone through 4 sessions and then leveled up, so I don't think it's unusual. But
yeah. So this which shout out to DM Anubis for pointing me to the map. The map itself is by Blue Phoenix Cartography.
So did you just get this map this week too?
I had talked about this manor previously.
Okay.
And had mentioned in passing about maybe doing something with it.
Okay, so it's one of those ideas. One of those ideas that's
percolating,
like slow boiling in the back of your head for a while.
Yeah. But so I think Anubis hooked me up with this map before that, and I think, or I don't know. Remind me, Anubis. I don't fucking remember now. This has been a week. But I did have to put all the dynamic lighting and all the shit on this map. Like I definitely did that this week.
Wow.
So the one thing that I kept that's not in Keys but in Waterdeep Dragon Heist is the name of the manor, the layout of the manor, and the ghostly bartender.
Okay.
Is the stuff that I kept.
Okay.
And weirdly,
Yeah.
I think they call him Lift the Poltergeist, but they use the Spectre stat block in Dragon Heist. And I was like, well, fuck that. There's a Poltergeist stat block I can run around with.
Yeah.
Which I'm curious on your... I thought it worked amazing, where it's like, I'm going to use a creature and its creature abilities, but we're not going to be in combat. It's basically like a social exploration thing with like a hazard.
Well, I mean, at first we didn't know if it was a creature. We had no idea it was a creature.
Which is exactly the idea. Yeah.
The first like 4 times it did it, we were like, "What is this? The house? Is this a?" I thought it might be a spell at first.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
because there are spells that animate objects."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that worked great in terms of like, it's a trap. Basically, it's a trap that you can pull whenever you want.
Exactly, and
you know?
And I wanted it to feel chaotic to where the players were like, some of them are coming in and things are happening, others are coming in and nothing's happening, or like, when is it going to happen? And it was supposed to be, because that is what it is. It's a single person like doing this, running around doing that,
trying to keep
it
out. Yeah.
And I tried to kind of recreate that. I definitely was cognizant about like trying to establish communication sooner rather than later, which you guys picked up on right away, which is amazing. So that part was a lot of fun. With
Stacey immediately went for the chalk, which was clever. Like, just okay, it's communicating with us, so we can communicate.
Which
with
that
it,
part does mention in the book that he can't speak, and he writes like sinister things on the board to keep people away. And I was like, I could definitely work with that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
What I did not expect is to just get critical hits left and right with his fucking abilities. And just to where I was like worried. I'm like, oh no, this is just like the starter hazard thing designed to freak you guys out. Not to like
bartender gonna
murder you all. To where you were like, we need a short rest. I'm like, yeah, you do.
yeah. That one bartender took out most of our health.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not my intention.
That was very funny.
I
thought that worked great. Allowed a lot of role playing. I don't know why I didn't immediately attack the ball of lightning. I don't know if it was the way you were describing it or whatever, but I kind of also approached that as a role play,
which I liked, and you could have attacked it, and we could have started more of a traditional. I don't think we actually never went into combat this session, did we?
We never did.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
we never actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've said this a million times before in D&D, combat is always an option. Like, you can always just turn on the thing and attack whatever you want to attack and fight, and we'll run with that. But you guys all approached it pretty nicely. Yeah, I wanted to tease, which, I obviously added the wispy creature and the shadows and all that shit, and I established this backstory and this event that happened and these characters that have been affected by this event, which you guys already kind of picked up on one of them with. And then I wanted to tease, I was like, okay, I wanted to have, things that would attract the players to different areas. I totally forgot about one of them, by the way, which I won't mention now because it's might happen, might not, but I forgot to mention it. But the other one was the light blinking in the upstairs. Like, all right, that's creepy, and it might draw attention to somebody upstairs. It works at splitting the party. It's going to do all these things.
Well, when you first said that, my mind immediately went to, oh, this is another person trying to fake being a ghost scenario, and that's them up there. Like, so I thought I was gonna like find a person. I thought I was gonna like sneak up on a person there.
Shout out to our Call from the Deep campaign, which started off with a fake haunted house, basically. Secret Salt Marsh, But no, this one's actually haunted.
But it's actually haunted. There's actual ghosts here.
Yep. Yeah, and the idea was to try and not use traditional combat as much as possible and instead treat it like a horror, unsettling moment where there are attacks and jump scares and things happening, but we're not in like turn-based tactical combat mode to an extent, although we got close to getting to that point at certain points of it. And we even like had cool attack rolls going on. Like I really liked the way it flowed without
I think the brilliance of it was that because it never became just combat, it felt like a big role play thing. It felt like we were all just role playing this and role play scenario, an exploration role play scenario. So it never felt like combat, even though mechanically some of the stuff may have been combat attacks and what have you.
Definitely. Which the whole goal was definitely to try to get somebody to start activating which you guys figured out, at least this area stepping through could turn you into the
portal?
ghost world.
Yeah.
And God, that worked so amazingly with having one character get transformed and then immediately like start running around screaming, which was like, you guys hear that and you're affected by it. But then that gave a huge, awesome highlight for Reese to be able to be in the ghost realm and see things differently, and then affect
and roleplay
things
that,
and roleplay all that.
Yeah.
And got to like confirm from his point of view. That was the one thing I would do was you mentioned The Conjuring. I'm also partially inspired by my rewatch of Stranger Things right now, and that's the whole
with
somebody being on the other side of a parallel world
and
basically.
Trying to talk.
Yeah, and the communications and things are limited, but you can still kind of affect things in the other world.
In hindsight, yeah, you made it, so of course yours is right. But
this is the classic literature thing where it's like, what was the author's intention? Like, I think it was
exactly. But yeah, at the time, I was still going with just these are straight ghosts. So like the idea of there's some good ghosts that are just trying to like move chairs around or keep people out or whatever. But in hindsight, this being like a parallel universe sort of more scenario, yeah. You're the author. Your thing is right.
The twist that I wanted to create was that the first ghost that you meet, although it's attacking you and trying to keep you out like a evil ghost would, it actually ends up being a potential friendly ghost. And this was one where I had in my notes like it should be, unless the party is like absolutely destructive and trying to burn the place down or something, they should be able to work with this ghost and vice versa pretty quickly. And then I had this journal written because give you guys some idea of what's going on here. And at some point I had it
too this week.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just impressed how much you did this week.
Man, it's been a fucking week. I can't believe I crunched I think I made that journal today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But that was my like thing is like, all right, at some point it's gonna throw this journal across. Like, my note was like, once if somebody makes it upstairs, and basically the party is not deterred, then he's gonna start changing his mind from I need to keep people away to like, oh, maybe they can help me.
Okay. Which I don't think we probably picked up on, because to me it very much felt like it was Heather's role playing that turned him.
For sure, yeah, that was part of it. You had to communicate with him, yeah. You had to communicate. You had to reach out and communicate. Yeah, I don't think he would have been that forthcoming, but he did have a journal entry that, if worst case scenario, you guys would have found yourselves at some point, and found that same journal, and then could use that as a basis for communication. But instead, that was the kind of confirmation of it that it ended up being.
Right.
Yep, and then so Taveen in the ghost realm got to fight a ghost briefly, and then kind of take out a ghost with his ghost buddy. And I love the whole role playing situation here. It was such a unique thing.
That's
the kind of stuff that I can't plan on my notes.
It's just so funny. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
it's just creating these like supernatural situations, and then how does the party deal with that? Like, I didn't know.
And I always enjoy it when Reese decides to go silly with it, just because like I think like I expect what I would do and what I expect Reese to do, and I feel like I probably would have played it way more serious.
Yeah,
like trying to communicate with the party. But I love the decision to be like, no, I'm just gonna fuck with them.
Yeah, you're right. Your name's like cursed. It's funny how just the simple act of you can't speak to each other opens up this whole realm of just silly role playing situations.
Yes.
I honestly started getting a little frustrated in the hallway whenever Heather and Reese were having this insanely long conversation. I mean, it was fun and silly. But and you probably picked up where I was like, all right, you see the light glowing, and that's like the DM saying like, let's fucking go.
Let's move on.
We are just having, which I appreciate they're all having fun with it. I'm like, man, this is, I promise there's more to do in here than just talk to each other.
But they're still playing with the two pieces of chalk.
They're still playing with the two pieces of chalk.
Half an hour ago. Like, they're not done playing with the chalk.
Oh my god. So at some point I was like, do I need to like attack them like up the danger level here? Because I'm concerned that they're just not moving forward, basically. And then finally she stepped through and that happened. But I was literally reaching this point. And then at that point I'm looking at the clock going, holy fuck, we have only basically done the first floor. And then you've done one room. Yikes.
Not gonna happen. Yeah. And again, you can't see that coming. You can't see how much how much the players are going to engage.
And I didn't think I honestly had that much content here. It's not like every room is full of stuff or something. Like most of them are not.
Right.
But yeah, I just underestimated how much the ghost thing would just pan out and be fun for folks to roleplay with. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of like getting your kids a big, a very large present for Christmas, like a bike or something, and they want to play with the cardboard box that came in for hours.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is amazing.
Just
it's a
coloring
giant
the box.
box.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, you know what? I should be happy either way, because if the kids are having fun, then I've done my job.
That's right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So, but I guess the only awkward thing is I meant for this to be literally an interstitial episode and then be able to start with the next mission next episode. Fortunately, this one will actually end up being a two-part session, and then we'll finish it up next week.
That's fine. I feel like this to me doesn't even.
I think
feel like
if we were doing full
thing.
3-hour sessions like I do with my Patreon room, I think we could have gotten this done.
Yeah.
It would have probably run a little bit longer, kind of feeling like a one shot where it's like, oh, I want to get everything done, but.
I mean, I'll say for me as a player, this doesn't even feel like an interstitial thing. This feels like just another scenario, another dungeon.
That's what it's feeling like to me also. Yeah, it's like this is going to be a full ass thing. Which, I think that's a nice little break from what will be traditional heisty missions. This is more of a traditional dungeon crawl, if anything, just a haunted house situation.
Right.
With hopefully a cool reward of having your own base of operations.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
So I can't reveal too much about the whole thing that I've got planned here, because we'll have to do that next time. But I was able to reveal a lot of information via my fun ghost downstairs.
Yep. We know female wizard lady.
Which I love that
portals and maybe accidentally opened a portal to another dimension.
Yeah, and I love that you encountered that ball and they were kind of teasing the fact of who this was. And then there was a moment, and again, I love it when the players are the ones with the light bulbs on, and then I think it was Heather that was like, wait a minute, was that the wizard? And you're like, wait, what? And
I had to catch up to her.
Yeah.
She was saying some stuff, and I was like, what is she talking about? It's like, oh, okay, you're connecting these two things.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
As a DM, that whole moment, I was just like, I had like a big smile. I was like, yes, this is awesome. Again, I didn't expect any of you to be able to meet them but not be able to talk to them. But then you get the confirmation on who they are.
Yeah.
And now with that context, maybe that would give you advantage on talking to them next time or something. So.
And now the sorries make sense a little bit. So
that was very sad. Again, I couldn't plan for that, but that's what the pieces I put in there. So.
Mm-hmm. This whole session was great. I loved it. It was a really good session.
Token art did you use for Lift on the main regular map. It almost looks like Slimer when it is small.
I haven't seen it yet. I guess because it's on the Otherworld map.
Yeah. I guess I have it on the GM layer. You guys can't see. It's the map I have for Lift is just whatever the poltergeist. I wonder if I blow up on the GM layer. Do you see that or no?
Yeah. It looks like a bunch of floating objects. Yeah. Like a sword and dagger. Yeah.
So that's what the poltergeist looks like.
Oh, really? That's the poltergeist? Oh, okay.
It's not because they're like permanently invisible, basically.
Ah, okay.
And then for the shadow map, I just used I think the standard ghosts art from the new monster manual.
Okay.
Which again, only Tavine has seen so far.
Right.
But I also love that twist that like I'm playing with the unique rules that I'm creating here, which is like, okay, he's completely invisible on the material plane, but can manipulate objects. But then on this realm, you can see what he is. Like you get confirmation that he's a dude. And then I kind of tease.
It's your Stranger Things rules.
But he's not like. And again, Tavine could tell he's not normal. Like he's ghostly, basically, and he's got these kind of extra powers. And Tavine tried to do it, and like he doesn't have those powers. So maybe if he stays in there long enough, and actually,
maybe if he dies in there,
exactly.
Yeah.
This is also a unique case of splitting the party up. Not only literally splitting, but putting them on different maps in Roll20, which I don't usually do. which thankfully they've made a little easier, I think, these days.
It sounds like it. Yeah. Were you
Yeah.
able to do like the party thing
So,
with the splitting too?
Yeah,
Or how
which
does it-
again, shout out to Anubis. This map inspired me. This map has a light and a dark version,
Oh.
basically meant to be like lit or not.
Oh,
But I took that to mean
like
the
Light
parallel
universe, dark universe.
Yeah, basically. So like I could literally
Yeah.
showcase this, and I
Okay.
created light sources. So the way you can do dynamic lighting on an interior map is turn off daylight mode, but then put light sources all around the outside of the building so that light filters in through the windows.
Replicate the sun.
Correct, which is what you guys see inside, and there's none of that on the other map. So it's way darker. So people, and I love that to be instantly picked. It's like, it's much darker here. And I was like, if you didn't have dark vision, it would be like completely pitch dark.
Yeah.
So that was also nifty.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm pretty satisfied and stoked with how this is working out so far.
Me too. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
And then hopefully we'll find a way for I don't know how we're gonna. Do you have any good ideas for how to get Elowen? Because obviously I didn't know she wasn't gonna be here for
right.
And I know I don't know what we'd stop halfway in also, which is awkward for the middle of a dungeon.
Right. I mean, yeah, no, I don't.
She just stopped for a snack on the way over. And...
Right. I mean, yeah, you can literally just have her just join us on the stairs. I mean, just like like you said, like she took off for a bit.
Yeah, that's right. Because half party's still on the material plane. Yeah, with the stairs, so she can.
If we were all in the ghost realm,
it would be trickier. Yeah.
Which that actually might be fun on its own. If she shows up and has no idea what's going on.
Ghosts. They just all died and are now haunting this place.
Yep. But as it stands, it could. I mean, I don't know how logical the disappearances are in general. So I feel like she could just sort of come up the stairs and be like, hey, what's going on? I haven't been here. You know?
Yeah. That we'll probably do with that. All right. Anything else about session number 5? So unfortunately, we have to wait one more session to be able to fully level up, because I was going to level you up after this one, but I think it's going to take us another session.
Well, we will level up, and we will also look at the loot.
Yeah, don't
let us forget, chat. Chat, it's on you. I won't remember
that's because I was not my intention to hold off on that. You guys had the loot. You guys, and you even long rested. Like we could have checked all out. I was so
adamant about getting that stuff too. I was like, we're not leaving here without that stuff.
Totally fucking forgot. That's crazy. So yeah, we need to make a note somewhere that there is loot to be had, which you guys can get to after dealing with this situation. Alrighty, I think that will do it for this week's chat from the Golden Vault. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to all the wonderful fans for watching. Happy 10th anniversary again to all of us. And we'll see you next time.
See you next week.